Alright everybody, here goes a video on writing equations of lines. Mr. Longo here, about to take you through point-slope form and slope-intercept form. So, you have two different forms that we're going to be writing equations with. Point-slope form is the form you would use if you had a slope and a given point. So m represents the slope, and the x1 and y1 represent the point that you want to substitute in. The other form is slope-intercept form, and that is where m represents the slope and b represents the y-intercept. Not the x-intercept, but the y-intercept. So 0, comma something. And what we're going to do is we're just going to start out real simple so you can see just the basics of each form. So the first example here says, write the equation of a line with a slope of 3 and a y-intercept of 0, comma 5. So 3 is our m, and 0, 5 is our b. So slope-intercept form is just y is equal to 3x plus 5. In every final equation, you're going to have an x and a y, unless it's a special type of line as a vertical or horizontal line. But if it's going to be in slope-intercept form, you're going to have a y equals some sort of slope. This will need to be substituted in to have a value. Same with your b value. In this case, they were just given to you. Some of them will be harder than that. The second example is the same thing, just getting you used to what point-slope form is. So point-slope form, we have y minus y1. Now y1 is the y-coordinate of the given point. So here's our x1 and y1. So we're going to substitute in a -3. So y minus a -3 is equal to our slope times x minus our x1 value, which is 4. And of course, minus a negative would just turn into y plus 3 is equal to 1/2 times x minus 4. And that is point-slope form, and you would leave it alone right there. So there's two different forms. It's all based on what you're working with. Again, for this, you would need to have an m, and these guys would combine to give you your x1, y1 point that you are using. Okay? So now we need to step it up a little bit. What if you weren't given all of the necessary information and you were just given some? So in this question, I'm giving you the slope, I'm giving you a point, but I want it in slope-intercept form, so we don't have the b value we need. There are two different ways to approach this, and I will show you both ways. The first method is, in my opinion, my favorite method, because it uses point-slope form. There's no solving for any variables here. So the first step is you would write this equation in point-slope form. So that would be y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. We have y1 and x1 and we have m. So we were going to substitute in our values first. So y minus 2 is equal to our slope, 2/3, times x minus a -6, which would turn into plus 6. And now it's just as simple as distributing the 2/3. So y minus 2 is equal to 2/3 x plus, distribute the 2/3 to 6, and you have 4. Last step, you just have to add 2 to both sides, and you have y is equal to 2/3 x plus 6. And you are done. So we use point-slope form to get to slope-intercept form. Now I said there were two ways. The other method is going to slope-intercept form using what you have, but you have to solve for b. You'll get the same answer. So this is y equals mx plus b. We have our m. We have x and y because we can use these points as x and y, but we don't have b. So we're going to substitute everything we have. This is not an opposite like in point-slope. So y is 2 equals, our slope is 2/3. Our x value is a -6 plus b. So we substituted in the x, the y, and the m. Now we have to solve for b. So 2 is equal to 2/3 times a negative 6 is a negative 4 plus b. Solve for b, we have to add 4 to both sides, and we get b is equal to 6. But that's just solving for b. We still have to write the equation now in slope-intercept form. So y is equal to 2/3 x plus our b value that we found is 6. As I said, you'd get the same answer. It's just two different approaches. So really, you can use either one that you want. The last example is just one step more. Now I don't even give you a slope. I give you 2 points. You have to find the slope on your own, select one of the points that you want to work with, and then write the equation of this in slope-intercept form. And for this problem, now that you've seen it done multiple times, I would like you to pause the video, try this on your own, and as soon as you're ready, click play, see if you get the right answer. So step 1, you had to find the slope on your own. So slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And you get a negative 2 over 4, which is a negative 1/2. Select the point of your choice. It doesn't matter which point you would have picked, so I'm just going to pick the first one, 4, 5. And I am going to use the point slope method. So y minus 5 is equal to the slope we just found, negative 1/2, times x minus 4. And from here, you just have to distribute the negative 1/2. So y minus 5 is equal to a negative 1/2 x. Negative 4 times a negative 1/2 is a positive 2. Add 5 to both sides. Y is equal to a negative 1/2 x plus 7. And if you got that, you are good to go. So that is a lesson on writing equations of lines in both point slope form and slope intercept form. You will be using this to apply it to other types of writing equations of lines. So this is Longo and I'm out. See you, bye.